Alright, welcome to turn 1 of my 4-player free-for-all game against DasTactic, Dwarf Comic, and serious about strategy. I am playing Helheim. In the beginning, there was chaos, and then the Age of Chaos ended. Now the wheel is turned once again. This is the Ascension Wars. Alright, so as I mentioned in my opening video, which you can go back and see if you want an exhaustive discussion of my Pretender and this game and its setup itself. I talked about, well, what I was going to do. So, to begin with, one thing I did not talk about, which I'll talk about right now, is what am I going to do about my Pretender and my overall strategy. I mentioned that I want to recruit Valkyries. I do have a decent Bless, and I do want to go with my Holy units. For my Pretender, I want to go with the Dis. And I think this is probably a pretty common tactic with people who play Helheim. At least, I think I've seen it before. But yeah, it's a flying, stealthy unit. And on top of that, if you make it a Pretender, it gives you all kinds of options. The other nice thing about it is that with a flying Dis, who is leading an army of equally stealthy, flying, sacred Valkyries, I'll always have a flying, sacred, stealthy strike force. In case anybody doesn't know this, the forces of the Vanir, whether it's Helheim or Vanheim, all have, all of them have stealth. Any of them that have glamour, which is like a mirror image spell, which they have to dispel the glamour before they can hit you. Any unit with glamour simultaneously has stealth. So it can be annoying playing against this particular faction in that you don't know how many units you're going up against. And all of their units have this ability except for Surf Warriors. You'll notice here that I've recruited, unfortunately I'm only going to get 3 Valkyries because of the resources in my starting province. And I am not going to be doing a blind expansion. I do not have a throne immediately adjacent to me. It looks like there's a throne in the ocean. Okay. Only the one in the ocean? Okay, good. So the thrones are relatively far away from me. That's kind of good in that it means I can secure my cap circle without too many issues. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, forest, that'll give me good resources, which I want. Wheat will give me good income. It's a neutral, it's an empty province. Let's see, mountains and forest. Okay. Well, we're going to pass one turn and find out what's adjacent to me before I start going in anywhere. This obviously would be a high priority for me to capture this particular throne, and then perhaps build a palisade there right away, as well as coming down here. But I can't imagine one of my opponents is probably around here. I bet somebody's going to be starting out. I don't know. That's a pretty good province. I don't know if they'll start out there or not, but I imagine somebody's going to be around here somewhere. Yeah, starting around here somewhere. So, there's 4 of us, and it's a small map, so I expect early conflict. Ooh, there's another throne right here. It's interesting. I have 2 thrones that are only 2 steps away. That's actually... I'm not going to complain about that, because, again, having an adjacent throne can kind of mess up your ability to expand, and I'd rather be able to expand. Now, I'm going to put my starting unit on research. I am going to move you stealthily down here. And, okay, we got our recruitment done. The only next thing to do is research. And yes, I think I will do construction, because I want to go ahead and get corpseman construction. That's interesting. Huh. Summons corpse construct. Interesting. This will be something I can use right away. And if I have a lightning rod, I can make even more of them. Interesting. I've never tried this, but that might be something worth investigating as I play Helheim. Anyway, I want to get to construction of lesser items, and then that way I can start making owl quills. Essentially, that's it. And then my units, I talked about this a little bit in the introductory video. So this, my Svartalf has death and construction, with access to fire, air, more, is it earth? Yeah, it's more earth and more death. So it'd be nice if I got a Svartal who had air, and then I could start pumping out, what is it called? Alquils with him. He is slow to recruit, though, is the only issue I have. As is my Hangadrot, who is my other good researcher, good mage with air. But this is more of a battle mage unit, to be honest with you. Yeah. 15 research, 17 research. Neither of these guys are going to be my best, like, grunt researchers, honestly. For that, I would prefer to have the enchantment 3 and try summoning revenants, or summon any you know, creature that can help me research for cheap, especially revenants, because this is a death mage, or I mean this is a death magic faction, so I'll be able to recruit them. Let me take another look here at my recruitment. I think I will still go with the Valkyries. I'm down to 15 gold, so even if I went with something with less resources, I'm not really gonna get that much more out of it. I'm debating about trying to go with Surf Warriors. They're so cheap. I can get them as fodder. It's not helping me that much, I feel. 10 hit points. They're really bad. They're really bad units. They really are just cannon fodder. I don't think I want them. I think I want to go ahead and try investing in the Valkyrie. And then this one will be boosted for the turn after that. Yeah, so that, I believe, is that. I don't think there's anything else here for me to do on my first turn. Statistics, let's go ahead and take a look at the Thrones of Ascension. We have the High Throne, the Throne of Air, Throne of Zeal. I know what that one does. That just gives extra morale. Throne of Fire gives some fire resistance. Throne of Autumn, Throne of Bones, Throne of Night, and Throne of Thorns. I'm not sure what the benefits of those blesses are, but regardless. And then the Pretenders again. Sabouts is playing Ermor. DasTactic the Stone Fist is playing the Maverni. The Dancer. Okay, so Dwarf Comic is playing the Dancer, and he's playing Pangea. And he's going to be the one I think we're going to want to gang up on, because I think he's going to have the most advanced strategy of us. And then, of course, me, Fenris, playing the Dead World. Let's see. Should we send some crap talk to people? Let's see. Send a text message to everyone. Let's see. There we go. Accept this as a token of our beneficence. You may expect more upon subjugation. And we will send magic gems to Ermor. We'll send a death gem. Alright, let's send a magic gem to Verni, and we'll send a death gem. And let's send a magic gem to Pangea, and we will send a death gem. Okay. Alright, looks good. There we go. I think that's going to do it for turn 1, and I'll see you in turn 2. I mean, these guys are going to need all the help they can get versus the Vanir. So, there we go. I'll talk to you the next turn. Until then, bye-bye. Alright, welcome to turn 2. So, we sent a message to everyone, which means it also came to ourselves. That's what that is. Proclamation from Maverni. The Maverni chieftain shall be known as the Prophet of DasTactic, and DasTactic the Stone Fist. And Pangea, Dwarf Comic the Minotaur Lord, shall be known as the Prophet of the Dancer. So we got 2 prophets now, and I am going to make my Dis become a prophet, begin the process of prophetalization. Now, these are our surrounding provinces. Our scout moved into here. The Woodsmen and Woodsman Blowpipes, these guys are trash units, but the problem is there's going to be a shaman in here, I'm pretty sure. And that makes things a little bit trickier. You know, like, a stray vine arrow can really mess up a commander, so I'm not really happy about going in here yet. The other thing, too, is from here, where else am I going to go? You know, I probably won't be able to expand here. Expanding this way is going to get me further from my capital when I really need to get my army to become bigger. This one here, this forest and mountains, So I expect this will not have very good income. If you look over here at this one, we have an income of 42. Resources are good, 38 for the forest, but we'll probably have even lower income than that, which is not good, even though we'll get a lot of resources. However, it is lightly defended. I mean, this is an approximation, so there may be more than 20, you know, maybe more like 40. Okay, yeah, so up here, militias, light cavalries, and heavy cavalries. It's the heavy cavalries that are the problem, frankly. So this is nasty. Up here, again, heavy cavalries and heavy infantry, so that's another big nightmare. The light cavalries will also be shooting arrows at us. But, yeah, it's the cavalry that I don't like having to go up against. The Furbolg are interesting. This perhaps is doable. It's just that Furbolg are going to be tough. Like, they're going to be tougher than, you know, infantries and militias, for sure. So, again, not terribly happy about this. I really only have these two as potential early expanders, early invasion places. And for sure I'll take on the militia as my first attack. The thing that just annoys me is that, well, we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go into this province next. We'll see. Because that's what I'd like to do, is go in here and then just circle around and clean up, and then we can start going over here, and depending on what this throne is, maybe we'll have a big enough force to even take it out if it's a level 1 throne. But, yeah. Anyway, to that end, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to set my scout to retreat. This could be a bad call. I really don't want to waste a scout this early in the game. But I think I'm going to go ahead and attack this province. Sneak and attack, okay. Let's find out what's in this throne. And hopefully... Oh, wait. If he retreats, he'll be dead because there's no... Yeah, never mind. Okay, sorry. I'm not going to do that. We are just going to sneak then, because there's no way for me to retreat. If he retreats into a unfriendly province, he dies. So yeah, whoopsie daisy. That almost backfired. Our army set up. I will go ahead and give Fenris the Valkyries. Now, going up against the militia, I hope I don't forget this and mess it up, because it's going to be different going up against the militia than it will be going up against the heavy cavalry, for example. Put our cannon fodder in front. Put these guys next to them. Our Huskarls will be throwing spears, or javelins, I'm sorry. So that's good. I do like spearmen generally more than like the swordsmen and certainly the axemen, just from a standpoint that I'm usually using them to take the brunt of an attack. So I use them more as like cannon fodder, whereas axemen that, yeah, I don't know. I tend to like them more as cannon fodder. They're just more, they have more defensive capability, lifespan with the repel attacks. Now we're looking at my Valkyries here. I'm gonna have them. Let's say attack rear. Now what I'm thinking about is, do I want them to do that immediately or give them 2 turns? And that's the thing, is they're going to attack immediately, and the idea is they'll go after the commander. But if they go in too quickly, then, you know, the militia may just turn around and attack them, and there's only 3 of them, you know. So let's go ahead and hold and attack rearmost, just to be safe. I mean, they're my sacred units. I don't want to lose them. My Son of Fenrir, though, that's the other thing I want to keep in mind, is he's going to spawn at least one of these Jotun Wolves, and that Jotun Wolf is just going to go berserk forward. Like, I can't control it or anything. So hopefully that will troll the AI a little bit. Alright, and Gunlag, the Hellcarl, I'm just going to let him do whatever he sees fit. You know, he can stay in the back a little bit. And that's going to be that army setup. So, you guys don't have any good spells for him as a priest, so that's unfortunate, but whatever. In you go. Let's take that province as our appetizer. And, yep, Hidden becomes Prophet. Recruit units. So this is a unit that was left over from recruitment last time. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the Spartle first. He's slow to recruit, 15 research, but more cost effective, I think, than getting any of these other guys for research, you know? Like, that's 7 research, but so expensive. Yeah, he's my best return on investment for research, so we're going with him. That's my opinion anyway. And, yeah, later I'll probably be wanting to recruit military units, so this is the time to do it. Let's get some more Valkyries as best we can. Would love to get the Hell hurting, but money is the issue at the moment. As you can see here, I'm out of money. Now, this time, you know, I could go for recruiting a Herdman, one of these guys, you know, or a Huskarl. But again, it's gold that's my limiting factor here. I'm going to go ahead and just get some cannon fodder. And that also brings me down to 0 gold, so that's a nice feeling when you get your resources and gold both down to 0, isn't it? Anyway. And we'll probably lose some Surf Warriors, so yeah, I'm going to do that instead of save the money. It's not very much money to save, and yeah, I think I'm going to need the units. You know, what's going to bring me more money is having the cannon fodder to take against these other provinces. So, research is going to be stagnating, but I'm going to leave it on construction. Again, let's get the Alquils coming when we can. That means that, well, we'll just talk about my next recruitment when it's the next turn. How about that? So, anyway, that's going to do it for turn 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Alright, welcome back to Dominions 4. So, looks like we have some messages. Got a message from the Ververni. Salutations, lowly guardians of hell. The Druid Council accepts your tithe payment, and as a reward for keeping your sneaky and backstabbing forces from our lands, we offer a Loft Star Gem. We received an Astral Gem from Averni. Okay. We received 10 gold from Ermor. Just no comment. A messenger has arrived from Pangea. Whoa, dude. Set that thing in my grove and it totally killed one of my plants, man. Give me some gold next time. And let's see. A proclamation from Helheim. Idun the Idis shall hereby be known as the Prophet of Fenris. And we have a battle in the Spire Woods. So this is our first province battle. And turn on details. So we rolled 3 Jotun Wolves. Now this is interesting. Fenris here just retreated to get behind units, I presume. So I need to fix that scripting. They are shooting, and you can see here they've already popped the glamour on one of my spearmen. So the archers are targeting them. Here's the Valkyries. So they've come in to attack the rear. And, yep, they're holding up. They're blocking the commanders. They're not killing the commanders yet, but there we go. Alright, and our total casualties. 1 Surf Warrior. That's definitely acceptable. Alright. And I suppose first things first, we need to respond to the affrontage that's been made to our diplomatic envoy. Your collective insolence has been recorded. Armies have been dispatched. Okay. Alright, so here we are. We've got this throne that we've revealed, so 90, and they're all militias, archers, and heavy infantry, so nothing special there. However, there will be some wizards, for sure. There's got to be probably 4 magic users with gems, and that's going to be annoying. But this is going to be a level 1 throne. We see some enemy dominion down there, eh? So let's go find out what that's about. I wonder if they got stuck here. Well, this would be a decent province. I wonder if it's Pangea that's stuck here. Let's see. Now, our army over here. So we got a bunch of Valkyries, and we got a few militia. And I'm thinking about going in here. I'm betting that 40 is probably a good bet for how many militias, light cavalries, and heavy cavalries there are. And here we can see by the icons that it looks like maybe 40% of the army is probably light cavalries. Maybe there's only a handful of heavy cavalries, but still. Is it worth it to go in here with these two armies to converge, right? I mean, I think I could do it. Here's the problem I'm talking about. He's sneaking instead of actually moving. I think I could probably do it, but at what cost? And the income here is 74. But now let's look here. So we got 352 here. So what's 74 gold in terms of units? Let's not do Surf Warriors. Let's think about it in terms of Huskarls. That's basically 3 Huskarls. If I lost that much money to capture this early, is it worth it? I don't think it is. So delay 1 turn and lose out on 74 income and 46 resources in order to recruit some more Valkyries. Get 6 of them. And I think just some chaff units, more Surf Warriors. And with what we have left over, we'll put 2 resources towards another Huskarl, because I like having the spears and the javelins. So that's going to be my recruitment. We're going to get our Svartalf next turn. And I was recommended to me to not go with my original plan of Enchantment 3 to get Revenants to help with research, but instead to just go ahead and focus on Svartalfs and Owlquills. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, and a little more complicated than that, and then to do some site searching as well. So we'll try it. We'll hold off on enchantment. With you, since you're going to be waiting a bit, you're going to be researching for a turn, and then next turn I'm going to move my armies into this one, and that should make a bigger difference. Coming in with this many extra, with this many extra Valkyries and, a few more chaff units, I'll feel a lot more comfortable about that. Especially because one thing that I think I forgot to mention is flying units have to pass a morale check to fly over the target. So when you go to attack rear, sometimes they'll stop and attack in the middle if they fail a morale check, which I know I've seen, and it was always something that mystified me. So I'm thinking I'm going to have you guys actually just hold an attack. I'm not going to give you a target. I don't know what to do. Now, we will be going up against those, the cavalry, and I'm going to put you guys behind my chaff units. And Fenris, I didn't like that you ran backwards. I really didn't like that. I'm going to tell you to hold 1 turn and then attack just whoever's closest. Okay? So you stay there. I don't think any cavalry's going to charge you. Maybe they will. Let's put you back then. So hopefully we need to really get to those guys as quickly as possible, frankly. I don't like the idea of the cavalry getting to them first before they get a chance to fight back, but I also want to kill stuff. So Fenris will be able to scoot around easily enough, I think. We'll put him off to the side just a little bit. These guys will move up and throw their javelins, and then hopefully fill the lines wherever these guys fall out. And yeah, our Valkyries, they'll just hold and attack whoever presents themselves. And the Hellcarl, he'll stay behind the troops and not get himself killed. But we aren't going to make that attack right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for magic sites with Fenris, because we are in forest and mountains, which have a slightly higher probability of magic sites, I think, than empty provinces or farmlands. What to do with this guy, though? I could have him site search with a chance, very small chance, maybe finding a holy site, and if there is a death site, I think if you have death 1, that's like maybe you'll find 40 to 50% of death sites that are potentially there. That's assuming there's a death site in this province. Or I could have him patrol and try to take down this unrest, which will increase my income slightly. And I'm going to be kicking myself if I site search with him and find nothing, when I could have patrolled and reduced this unrest and at least gotten some surefire gold. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, if I search with Fenris at 4 water and 9 earth, any potential site that he can find is going to be found. I think there might be a few exceptions, but basically I'm going to know that every possible water site and every possible nature site has been found. Whereas if I don't find anything with his death later, I'm going to be like, oh, I got to go back in there with like death 4 now to search. So I'm going to have him patrol. I'm going to go for the sure thing in reducing unrest and getting gold income. And because Valkyries make such good patrollers, I'm going to put them in his army. So, yeah, units that have flying, units that have a lot of action points being the second here in the move. This is map move, and then this is your action points, which allows you to move and attack. That affects how well you are patrolling. So we'll patrol this province, Unrest 13. Now, Pangea isn't going to get here yet. Do I want to pump up my province defense here yet or not? 1 is just obviously 1 gold. We'll do 1. I'm thinking about 1 versus 6. The reason for 6, and I hope that they do eventually kind of try to change this in the game, is that the message you get displayed, I think, changes. Like, if you have province defense 0, there's no units, is what the message will be. If you have province defense 1 to 5, it'll say there's a few units. And then if you go up to province defense 6 to, like, I don't know, 20 or something, it'll say, like, it's quite well organized. Whereas, obviously, there's a big difference between 6 and 20 province defense. So, yeah, it would discourage a small raiding party from Pangea from trying to, you know, attack this province. They'll think it's probably, like, the same as this one. You know, or this one, it's like, oh, 90, never mind. Never mind what I'm saying. This is not province defense, obviously. I don't know. But I want to get that treasury. What are the mercenaries like? There are no... Pangea snatched them up. I guarantee it. I guarantee Dwarf Comics snatched up the mercenaries. Alright. Well... Do I want to commit to this 6 province defense for 21 gold? 21 gold isn't going to make a big difference. My income's 366. Not going to make a big difference to my long-term... Is it? Might as well do it, right? Let's do it. Just because otherwise I'm going to forget. I know I'm going to forget. So patrol, reduce the unrest, increase my income a bit. Search. I am looking forward to finding a magic site. If we do not find a magic site, I will be a little bit annoyed. Like, I've just been playing Endless Legend, having bad luck finding treasures. So, all right. I think that is it. Research, yeah, continue on. No unoccupied commanders. One more time, our recruitment over here is set. And over here, there's nothing special to recruit. They're just regular crummy units. All right. Thanks for watching, and talk to you on turn 3. Until then, bye-bye. Alright, welcome back to Dominions 4. Let's see, a messenger has arrived from Helheim. Ah, that's just my own. Oh, we didn't find any magic sites. I'm annoyed. Alright. We killed 7 filthy brigands from patrolling. A proclamation from Ermor, Archbishop of the Sacred Shroud. It shall be known as the Prophet. Probably a slow recruit unit, that one was. Alright, well, whatever. I do believe our income boosted up a little bit there. This turn's coming right in from the last one, so I haven't had a chance to look too deeply at what's happening, because I think the other guys are waiting on me. Let's see. So I'm going to go another Svartalf without even checking. I'm just assuming I'm going to want one. It's going to be another bad recruit here, isn't it? Yeah, low on gold. Plenty of resources. Let's see. Yeah, well, I guess we'll go with Surf Warriors again. As much as we can. Alright. We got air. Well, that's okay, because he'll be able to forge air quills. I'm hoping to get fire because it was pointed out to me, something that I've always missed and never realized while playing this game, is that if you have fire 1, you can make another research item, which is lanterns. I can't remember what they're called exactly, but they will allow another buff on research that are slightly better than owl quills. But that's okay. Air 1, that's convenient. He'll be able to make owl quills right away. We need source of income on air, though. Do we have it? Yeah, we do. Okay. Well, disappointed by that result there. But anyway, we're going to move in here. Let's set up our army. Yeah, look at this. Now there's only 20 being listed. I don't know. Maybe it faked me out, you know? But whatever the case, I'm not taking any risks for the reasons that I set forward previously. You guys, again, hold and attack. I'll have you guys hold and attack rearmost enemies. Frankly, I'd like you to attack archers. Yeah, maybe I'll have you hold and attack enemy archers. Okay. Put an end to their nonsense as quickly as possible. You do not need to worry about casting... well, what can I set you up to cast? Since you're moving in here with the Pretender, you don't need to cast... you don't need to cast... what's it called? Divine Blessing. Air Shield may be a good idea. Maybe. I think let's do it. And then we'll let you do whatever you want. Smite is a very good spell. Let's just have you do a smite. Okay. Yeah, air shield, because arrows are not a fun thing. And I think I'm still happy with things here. Hold an attack or just go right in for the attack. Again, we'll stick with hold and attack and see what happens. At least he won't be running backwards. That was the only thing that was very disappointing. Definitely don't want to get an affliction, a battle wound on my Pretender. That would just be silly. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's it for the turn. Let's continue onward, my unchristian soldiers. Mountain? Yes, good. With mountain survival, we'll be able to pass through this mountain pass and see what's here. Okay. Alright, well, that is disappointing that I did not find a site. Okay. Oh, and then go to research. Only 3 to get there. It was pointed out also that I should try doing, where is it? Charge body? No. Well, I'll have to check now. Somebody was recommending a certain skill that is in Alteration, and I think they said it was Alteration 1, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it was an air spell. I'll check that off camera. I think Mist Form, that's what they were recommending. But it's level 3. Yeah. This would be good for my guys who have, you know, Air 2. And I do have mages that can get to Air 2. But first, I'm going to go for Evocation. Yeah. Shocking Grasp is nothing special, but... yeah. Orb Lightning would be great if I could get to that. Am I going to do that? Or should I just keep pushing for... I need to get to construction too is the thing, so no, what am I thinking? Keep dedicating everything to construction. Alright. And we got our recruitment set up one more time. Getting what few Valkyries we can. Get another Svartalf. Yeah, that's it. I don't think there's anything more to say. See you in the next turn. And I'll send this in right away so the guys aren't waiting on me. Alright, Bye-bye.